Hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of March 24th, 2025, because it's definitely a Monday.
It's always Monday.
Of all the Mondays I've ever had,
this is one of them.
This is
a Monday.
I'm Caleb Black. This is Luke the Big Dog Williams, along with our in-studio correspondents, Mighty Max Fury, Sweet Tea, the professional, and our in-studio editor, the Big Bad John. And we are here. We are loud. We are around. Well, I'm around.
And we're proud.
I'm round.
Also,
I'm in shape. I'm round.
Yeah,
More,
you are, baby.
he's also a square bitch. How's your Monday?
You know what they say about a diamond, right?
Diamond upside down.
It's going good. This Monday is fantastic.
Good.
Raw was great.
It was so great.
It
was on at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
But so I watched it, but I forgot everything that took place.
And we're not going to spoil it.
No,
because
we don't do that here.
That's right.
On Mondays.
We're not Sean Ross Sapp. I'm totally kidding. We love Sean.
No, we love Sean and Fightful.
Yeah, Fightful's
They're
great.
really nice people.
Yeah. Max, how's your Monday?
I'm doing good.
Well, good.
All right. Have a good day.
How was what did we say he was doing last week? Backpacking through
Yeah.
or something? How was your backpacking?
To the Himalayas.
Yeah, how was your backpacking trip to the Himalayas?
It
Himalayas.
was wonderful.
Good. Was it a big backpack or was it a small backpack?
Was it relaxing?
Well, it depends on what I was carrying at the time.
That's fair.
Well, I know one thing you're carrying.
Yeah, that's more than one
I'm
backpack
gonna
for
guess
different
it was.
occasions.
I'm gonna guess it was heavy when he left,
But light when he
but
arrived.
right when he arrived.
That's a good joke that nobody else out there will understand. Sweet Tea, how's your day, sweetheart? Oh, Lord.
It's pretty decent for now.
Good.
I hope it gets better. Well, it's gonna get better.
Anybody remember
Podcast
Pee Wee's
day.
Playhouse? Anybody remember Pee Wee's Playhouse? I know this is totally off
Yeah.
subject,
Yes.
but with my beard and this black shirt, I look like the genie head that's in the box. Mecca lecca high,
Mecca
mecca
high,
high,
mecca low.
Because you can't see. Like if I do this, you know that I have a shirt on,
That's true.
but it just
Yeah, you blend in.
just gonna float here like this.
There's too much black. Dude.
It's dark black.
It's
Caleb.
dark black.
It's dark
It's
black.
like dark black. Big Bad John, how's your day?
Day's going good. Thank you for asking.
You're fucking welcome. I
He's
guess.
so
God
polite.
damn. Jeez.
He's so polite.
He learned his manners well. Shame we didn't. Professional.
I learned them, just not well.
Especially-
How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Things and stuff.
Well, all right.
Stuff and things.
Well, we got a lot to talk about today. Quick recap before we get any further.
Yes.
Gross oversight on our part. There's another
Again.
AEW pay-per-view before
I'm down
WrestleMania.
here. Who would have
So
thunk it?
while we did,
He's trying to kill me.
oh
It
no.
happens sometimes, especially in this not close knit room.
So while we did tally up the points and declare me the season 4 winner,
Nuh-uh.
that is not true because we do have yet one more pay-per-view before WrestleMania, which that goes on the air April 6th. So we will take picks for that next Sunday,
Yes.
and then we're in the money.
So what you're trying to say is
There's
that
still
There's a
time.
chance.
There's still
there
time.
is a chance that this could. It's AEW, so it could drastically change.
I will like to point out that Sweet Tea and Big Bad John almost called a perfect AEW pay-per-view
Not to mention
Revolution.
brought from
79 to 90 points.
well
and
from
87
last
98.
place is 90 points, second place is me at 109.
Yeah.
So
Only a 19-point differential.
at all.
But with 14 matches, and depending on how you call them, I mean, and we all know that AEW pay-per-views take fucking forever.
I mean, now that you broke it down,
You take
for me like that, I don't really feel like that bad of a loser now.
You shouldn't. You called an almost perfect pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You ain't first,
For
you're last.
for a promotion, I'd like to remind you that you don't watch as regularly as we watch everything else.
No, I don't watch it at all.
So,
Yeah.
like that's a huge W.
Yeah,
For both
that
of
is
you.
a W.
All right. So, with that being said, season 4 is still on hold. We've got one more pay-per-view before
Yes.
Mania. Before Mania weekend. I
Well,
should say.
now here's the deal. We all agreed that we're going to do it. I want everyone to know that. You have graciously put the crown back
Yeah.
on the line.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Why would
Well, because after being declared, it's declared.
Oh yeah, but that
so
wouldn't be fair to everybody else.
but I'm letting everyone know the decision was made because you said, "Hey,
yeah, we got.
we
one
have
more.
another pay-per-view. do you want to?
Right.
It was a group decision
Yeah.
to be like, okay, yeah, we'll go again. We're not trying to fuck Caleb out of his win, is what I'm trying to say.
One more pay-per-views, one more pay-per-view, Daddy. One
I'm
more
alright
pay-per-view
with
for me, but push you all over my knee and spank you like I'm your daddy.
AEW
Promise?
pay-per-views are so unpredictable.
They are.
They really
And
are.
they're so long. There's so many matches.
Swerve and Moxley, it's been a
So many
dynasty, by the
matches.
way.
15 matches. 15 matches.
Well, and here's the
7
deal.
hours.
If
of
we get
flips.
pre-show matches ahead of time, we're gonna go with the pre-show matches too.
Well,
we're
we did
gonna
this
go
time,
all
too.
out.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I mean-
go all out.
We're going to go all in.
Or all in
And all out.
and out.
All right.
Cody Rhodes.
Well, that being said,
And then out.
where the hell is Cody Rhodes? Top story.
Mr. Fuck Them Kids.
F them kids. If you didn't watch last week's Raw, John Cena,
we did. We knew this was coming.
what an incredible promo.
Extremely long, but it was very
Here's
good.
the deal. Mr. Cena
Was money.
was money. He proved he's money. And Cody Rhodes had the perfect fucking ending when he come out and he's like, I don't want to wrestle this bitch.
Yeah, I want to wrestle the
Find
real
your
John
find
Cena,
your
right?
fucking nuts wherever you've hid them, and bring it at Mania. I like that.
And here's my
And wait till you see what happened tonight
remember
or today.
Remember this too. Like we've talked about this before. The best heels are honest heels.
Yes.
Like when the New Day turned heel, all of their promos, what they said, were based in reality.
Tracy Smothers, Uncle Tracy, specifically told me that to be a good, believable heel, that the heel has to 100% be unjust of what that he does. He has to believe he's right.
Exactly.
No matter how wrong he is, he has to justify
Yeah.
everything. It's not that he's being a bad guy. This is how he sees it.
Right,
It's just the way it is.
So for Cena,
That's why I didn't believe Roxanne is the bad guy.
right. So for Cena to frame his heel turn on the basis of a toxic relationship
With
after
the
he
fans.
gave everything to the fans.
Genius.
And also, the biggest takeaway is, what do we get? What do we get? Nothing. You dress like me. I don't have to change. That's already my voice on my music. I don't have to change for you ungrateful people who I have given everything, my life, my personal life, my life decisions, everything on hold for a bunch of people who want to tell me that I suck after I give everything to a sport that I love. You don't get a better, more believable person than a person who has given everything and is just fed the fuck
Yeah, it's great.
up.
It's great. John Cena, and here's the deal: the heel turn's only expected to last a couple months.
Sure.
That's all it needs.
Obviously, he'll do the whole shake the good guy's hand
Mhm.
after all the bullshit. Here's the deal: I don't think he needs to. I
No.
think he should ride the heel thing out the entire year
So do I. Because people
and have R-Truth beat him at the last pay-per-view.
I'd be
and
fine with
retire.
That'd be cool.
I would love that.
But
So,
Who else would benefit the best? And then R-Truth beating his childhood hero.
that would be
That would
that'd
be-
be the perfect
But
rating.
It would. It would be the
Let's do that.
perfect way to go.
He would be able to see him, though.
Because no one's
That's true.
seen R-Truth since.
No. He's heartbroken.
He posts on Twitter.
Again, if they were smart, they'd ride that out. They'd turn
He's
our
so
truth
good.
heel and make
Yeah.
him seen as muscle.
Uh-huh.
Have him join the Six.
But here's my other thing for that, right? If Cena does turn face, which obviously he'll probably want to go out on a high note, but after this, he has to come out and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's what Roman Reigns did. But Roman Reigns was a heel for 3 years straight.
Roman Reigns was a heel even when he
Right?
was a good guy.
Roman Reigns
Well, yeah.
had
Crowd
to
hated
go
him.
out every single night. And actually, I wouldn't even say Roman Reigns was a heel at all the times. Roman Reigns was just framed as the best with the best plan and the
Yeah.
best backup.
He was Vince McMahon's golden boy.
But if Cena does, let's say, for example, Cena does win at Mania, which I believe he will, as a heel, and he's The Rock's champion. The only way to come back from that without Cena having to come with his tail tucked between his legs and apologize to the fans is to have The Rock fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Or to have him win the title and then The Rock's going to go, hey, man, I want that belt, too.
Do you
Hand it
think-
over.
Yeah.
And you might have to think about this
Sure.
for a second to put it together, but do you think that maybe John Cena is actually Little Jimmy?
John Cena's always been Little Jimmy.
And the whole
you
thing
can't
has
see
to
him.
do with
Little
our
Jimmy.
truth. It's all in.
Well,
But
little,
you can't see him.
Yeah.
But our
Little-
truth can.
Exactly.
Okay.
Invisible friend.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy was actually based off of a John Cena feud. Wrestling fan, Little Jimmy was originally a John Cena fan in the crowd. Remember,
Yeah.
he's like, you and all your little Jimmies.
Yeah.
And this, that, and the other, and then that kid threw that drink in his
So
face.
it was John the whole time.
That inspired
The
Little
whole-
Jimmy.
So now that they have this new John Cena
I like
action
where your head's
figure
at,
where
Max.
he's invisible, they need an R-Truth with a tiny John Cena.
There's
called
a
Little
story.
Jimmy.
There you go.
R-Truth just told on Chris Van Vliet.
Like a wrestle buddy.
That originally they wanted to package a Little Jimmy action figure with nothing in it.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
And R-Truth said, in all consciousness, I can't sign off on that because they're not getting anything.
Yeah, they're just getting a package.
You know what I mean? But for a little bit there was an idea of sending out an empty package of air
Okay, but
as
for-
It'd be
Little
just
Jimmy.
as funny as the Dominic Mysterio toilet
And
paper.
also,
Yeah.
but for collectors, they'd have eaten that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Oh,
Just like
dude.
the toilet
Yeah,
paper.
for collectors, that would have been a great item.
That would have been Zack Ryder's Christmas present.
I was thinking
That
Zack
or
Ryder.
ego.
But
Yeah.
so talking back to Cena real quick, obviously can't fucking wait to see where they go with him
Keep going. Hit us with the
Uh,
next one.
as he continues on. But that yes. So as Cena,
This poor
this
kid.
could not have been timed any better.
This was so.
A part of Cena's promo was like, "What have any of you ever done for me?" The camera passes to this little kid dressed in all Cena regalia, and this kid goes, I love you. And then Cena's like, all of you, even that little kid, and then goes back into the toxic relationship.
Especially that little
You
kid.
could not have timed that any fucking, and whoever is in the truck for that,
Genius.
whoever got that moment,
Yeah.
Triple H needs to walk in, hand him $100 bill and a bag of cocaine,
also
and just
shows you-
leave.
It also shows you that Cena was watching himself on the Tron as he was cutting
And
He's
because
very
he's seen that they were showing that kid. Because how else would he have known?
yeah,
Ring awareness.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Genius. It
you
was
want to
genius.
talk? There are two guys in the WWE who have more crowd control than anybody else, and it's Cena and Orton.
Yeah.
Orton with a look, like if you just watch his subtleties with a look,
Yeah.
that he'll fucking flip that crowd. But Cena does it.
Jericho
Audibly.
also has a really good.
There were times where he was one
well,
of the
when he
absolute
was in the
top guys.
WWE,
Yeah. Well,
he
even in
had-
AEW, when he
yeah.
first came out, when he first started
Yeah.
as a heel, he had the
Yeah.
eating out of the fucking palm of his
I was
hand.
actually listening to a podcast. They were talking about this. The thing with the Cena kid and all. Who were you talking about there for a second? I lost my whole train of
Jericho,
thought.
Orton.
Oh
crowd
yes,
control.
crowd control. They don't have many people out there that can still do that.
No, it's a
Where
lost
two
art, man.
wrestlers can stand in the middle of a ring
Mhm.
and look from left to right
And get that.
and get that thing. Cena's one of them. The Rock's one of them.
Orton.
Orton's one of them.
I
Hell,
would,
you could even
I
throw
would
in
venture to say Punk,
don't
Roman, Rollins on occasion.
Bray Wyatt was good at it.
Ray Wyatt could do it. Yeah.
Becky.
Cody,
That's a
obviously,
lost
but-
art.
Yeah.
I
it
mean,
is.
nobody
And-
gets those. Cena and Cody Rhodes, before they lock up at Mania, when they do the stare
There's going to
down,
be a lot of aura
money.
farming. Agreed.
money.
Well, it's like we talked about. What was it last week with Kyle Fletcher?
And Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay cage match.
Yeah.
That moment when they were standing across from one another and they both put their arms out and the crowd they immediately clicked and engaged. And I'm not saying like moments like that are necessary for every match because they're not.
No,
But the biggest one,
they help.
the biggest one is Rock and Hogan.
Yes.
Before they even lock up, they're just looking at each other. They both look at the crowd and they look back and I mean you can feel. I'm getting fucking goosebumps talking about it.
How about you said Rock and
Hogan.
yeah, or a Hogan and Andre.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, Hogan's just fucking.
Yeah.
He's just shaking. It was great.
It's a lost art that a lot of guys that we're gonna miss. But the guys who still get it, who are young and coming up, they're gonna have such a monopoly, and that's where you're gonna be your
But
top guys.
that's where
Shawn Michaels and Triple H had that.
Well, that's where stuff like LFG comes in because now you've
You're
got
learning
people
from the
like
masters.
Taker and that coming in
Yep.
and telling them, hey,
Now, this kid wasn't the only. His was the next
No, he
one.
wasn't.
This little girl was showing John Cena
Oh.
exactly what she thought.
I love
Oh,
Now, this is tame compared to some of the outright heartbreaking videos that
that.
I've
Oh,
seen.
they were
Okay.
so bad. They
Of
were
kids
crying.
just...
so
Yeah.
It was a Hogan
Oh, yeah.
turn.
so let's
It was a
talk.
Hulk Hogan fucking heel turn.
So let's
It
talk
was
kid
really-
reactions
They were throwing their toys away.
Yep.
for a live TV audience. It's the Bailey girl crying when Bailey loses.
Miz girl.
It's the Miz girl who gets mad that the Miz wins. And it's that pudgy little Applejohn who John Cena fucking insults. Fucking just fuck them kids.
Yeah, they're up there with the lineage of the Taker Street. Dark Joe with glasses.
Did you see what Bully Ray said on Busted Open when he was like, they should make John Cena a Break-A-Wish t-shirt?
They actually talked about that, yeah.
I just said,
Yeah.
Say what about all those kids?
What was it?
That's
Hustle, loyalty, and disrespect.
Yeah. I don't think I want to be John Cena. I don't want him to come in here and spit on me. Fucking. It's a good thing Rey Mysterio still does Make-A-Wish.
Right?
All right. Well, Big Bad John, lead us to the next one.
All right, so this is the official graphics for WrestleMania so far.
John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship.
Hit us with the next one, John. We'll just go through these. Oh, yeah.
Cody Rhodes and John Cena talked for 30 minutes. The matches don't have 15 false finishes. Quit having fun!
That's AEW
Yeah.
fans in a nutshell.
God, I can't stand it. The tribalism is out of control.
It really is. Hit us with the next one, John. Anyway, we've got, this is a rumored match.
Penta's El Zero versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title.
This is where we're talking about going so
Yeah.
far.
That would
You know,
be...
Sean Ross Sapp, again, credit to SRS, tweeted something that I really liked about this match yesterday. He said the build-up for Braun Breaker and Penta is exactly what a title match should be.
An Intercontinental title
Yeah.
for sure.
A guy who wins a lot versus a guy who wins a lot to see who's gonna win. No other story necessary.
Now, there's a rumor that this
Big
might be
bad.
upgraded to a multi-man match.
And I'm sure it probably will be because they often do that with the IC title. But even as a singles match, take my money. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
All right, this is the next one, John. We've got...
The triple threat match, arguably as big as the main event. We have the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns against the Architect Seth Rollins against Philip Pepsi Brooks.
Here's the
CM
deal. The promo on SmackDown
great.
was great. I didn't really care for all the pointing to take place.
Again,
We don't need it.
I
We understand it's WrestleMania.
I hate to give CM Punk flowers, but on the mic, he's untouchable.
He is untouchable right
and
now.
he did his job. Also, somebody else, again, with this WWE, AEW tribalism horseshit, right?
Uh-huh.
Somebody was like, well, these guys don't even have any history. This doesn't make any sense. The Shield, if you forget, came to the WWE
As part of CM Punk's regime.
because of CM Punk. And they have history because CM Punk and Seth Rollins just walked out of a feud. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins just walked out of a feud, and CM Punk eliminated them both during the Royal Rumble.
Roman Reigns made a shirt about being a needle mover as a dig at CM Punk's promo in
Correct.
AEW.
Also,
They've been building for this for years.
CM Punk saved Roman Reigns' ass
At Survivor,
at Survivor Series. Also, just thinking, you mentioned the AEW thing. Remember the CM Punk promo between him and MJF when he was like, you can go in main event night 3 of a buy 1 get 4 extravaganza and I'll still be here. CM Punk may end up main eventing night 1 of a 3-night extravaganza and fucking MJF will still be in AEW. I just thought that was fantastic.
That is
I
hilarious.
just now realized. Anyway, big triple threat match between these 3 top dogs. Arguably, whoever wins this is going to go on to be number 1 contender, I would imagine.
Oh, I'm sure.
If they don't, it's done.
Hit us with the next one.
Also, to talk about CM Punk, he was on LFG for his mic skills.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. People really need to make sure that they
Oh,
check
yeah.
out LFG.
Yeah.
It's been really good. This is the other rumored match.
The 6-person ladder match for the Intercontinental title featuring Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Ludwig Kaiser, Penta, Sheamus, and Dominic Mysterio. Sorry, I had a stroke looking at Dominic. Because I swear to God, I looked over and it was a picture of Eddie Guerrero. And it threw me off.
For real.
And that wasn't like I understand the gimmick is to look like him, but I swear it looked like a picture of Eddie Guerrero.
He does
Crazy.
look like Eddie.
He does. I mean, they do the ladder match thing at Mania a lot. I wouldn't be mad about this. It's fine.
I wouldn't either.
Whatever. Bunch of high spots, bunch of flippy stuff. Dominic probably wins.
Well, it would be a way to keep
It would be
Penta from
nice.
losing
It'd be nice to see
and
all
and
of them.
keep him running
Yeah.
for the belt.
You
And-
haven't seen a lot of
Right.
them on TV much.
And also, if you want to take the belt off Braun, he doesn't have to eat a pinfall.
Now that we're having Ray Phoenix coming in, the plans for him, I'm sure, are changing daily.
Ray Phoenix, baby, Lucha Brothers, get back together.
Go ahead
Also,
and answer the next one.
That means that we could
Give
see
me
some
Lucha.
Lucha Brothers and Fraxium, which would be dope.
Yeah.
We have Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship.
That's a beautiful graphic, by the way. I love how they did that. I just had to say.
I'm really excited about that match.
It's going to be interesting.
I think that Tiffany Stratton, ever since we saw her in NXT, we have talked consistently about, man, when she really gets it, she's going to be really good. And she's really got it. And she's really fucking good.
And now we're going to see how
And
good.
you remember, we
She's
were
a
watching,
star.
what was it the Women's War Games match like 2 or 3 years ago? It had her and like Mandy Rose or somebody in it, and like Tiffany came off the fucking cage or something.
Yeah.
And we were like, God damn, that was awful, and she shouldn't have done that. We talked about it on the show, and we were like, if she would just learn to not do shit like that, she would be really fucking great. And here we are, now she's main eventing against arguably the best woman in the world, Charlotte Flair, in what is going to be probably
The 2 Barbie dolls.
a top
It's
10.
going to be the standout.
A top 10 fucking women's wrestling match for the rest of our lives.
Oh, yeah.
So, can't wait.
Hit us with the next one, John.
Triple threat match, because you can apparently pick up contracts and just write your name on it. By the
They
way,
have not made this official.
I'd like you all
obviously.
to know that I am now playing for the St. Louis Cardinals based on the same rules. But we have Rhea Ripley.
Well, I'm the owner of WWE then.
That's right. Rhea Ripley
Give me my
versus
money.
Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's World Championship.
This is so Rhea Ripley can be in a main event match because they jumped the gun.
Also, Rhea Ripley's never had a pinfall victory over either Io Sky or Bianca Belair during her time in the WWE. Not NXT, but in the WWE main call-up roster. So it's an interesting little thing. I would have much preferred it be just Rhea and Bianca.
Me too.
But Io Sky also has a huge following. She gets over with the fans a lot, and it provides a decent buffer.
Well, they said, yeah. I mean, also, like you said, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. We saw it on Raw.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I think, too, it's weirdly enough, right, you can separate that with the men's triple threat, and then your card sort of fills up the same way.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? They give it a little bit of balance that way, where they're featuring just as many men as they are the women
Yeah.
in different ways. Not to mention, it is for a title. It's not just for... I mean, honestly, that means that match is more important than Roman, Punk, and Rollins, right?
Yeah.
Because this one's for a belt, the other one's just for me saying I beat you other two.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I'm fine with it. I do think it throws a monkey wrench in the Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca storyline, and I think it convolutes it and makes it very weird to tell on TV.
Yes.
Because if you want to focus on what's going on with
Did you
Bianca,
hear about the newest heat on Jade?
with the stuff with her and Shayna?
Well, the stuff with her and Rhea Ripley.
No, what happened now?
She pinned Liv Morgan this week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
In Rhea Ripley's pin.
Um,
And then went backstage and said she was going to make this pin style famous. And this, that, and the other as loud as she possibly could in front of the entire locker room.
okay, one, I hope she's working. I hope that's
Why?
a work. No, I hope that's a work to set something up afterward, because if it's not, Rhea Ripley's sort of the WWE's golden goose.
That's what
And
I'm
you
saying.
shouldn't shit where you
She's
eat.
the one that
No.
made it.
Yeah,
I'm going to make
you-
this even more famous.
You
blah,
shouldn't
blah,
shit
blah.
where you eat when it comes to Rhea Ripley, because she's
No.
their biggest star.
Here's
Rhea-
the deal,
Rhea's
Jade.
ass is fantastic compared to hers. I don't know
Jade
what
Cargill
she's
is
talking about.
replaceable.
Rhea's as big a star as Roman Reigns is.
Yes.
Like, that's
She's
a
every
dumb-
bit as big as Becky Lynch.
I've heard of...
Jade Cargill is a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's a big fish in a small
Yeah.
pond.
And you know what? She might be a shark. She might be a shark, but Rhea Ripley's a fucking great white.
Yeah.
Right now, she's just a Bella
Uh,
shark.
Damn. Yeah, I hope
The
not.
Yeah.
other one.
I heard there's a lot of heat, dude.
Well, she is getting some heat. And again, with this story, if I wanted to pay attention to fucking Bianca, Naomi, and Jade, which I think I do because I liked the idea of there being the breakup, why isn't that match happening as a triple threat or something, and this a singles title, which you could do the same thing with? But then I could also see where like people are going to get upset that you put
Well,
all three main black women in the same match.
If Bianca Belair
I mean,
wins,
There's nothing wrong with that.
If-
there isn't, but
on the
wrestling fans
up
are.
I would
chance
like
that
to see
Bianca
that.
becomes new champion, you can have her come out, go heel.
Yeah.
Be like, I knew the whole time Naomi, I'm the one that told her to take
And
you
then-
out. And then you have Jade and Bianca for a year.
And then you have, yes, I said that you have a way to put a belt on Jade if that's the direction you want to go
If
with
that's
it.
where you want to go.
And it takes the title, it takes Rhea out of the title picture, which, let's be fair, she's been in for a minute, and
She
how can I
needs
miss
a
you if you won't
change.
go away?
She needs a change.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see what happens. But either way, that's the pen match right now, triple threat match.
Yeah, hit us with the next one, John. This is a rumored match. Has not been announced yet. This is where it seems like it's going.
I'm with it. It'll be
Yes.
an athletic spectacle. I'm with it.
Every bit of it. This will be everything that Ricochet and him was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And Ricochet and him was really good.
It was.
But Ricochet and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul keeps getting better. I see shit all the time on the internet where it's like, oh, Logan Paul should just get out of wrestling. Why?
He's good.
Because you don't like him? Because he's a heel?
He's good.
It's his job.
Have they seen the videos of him practicing?
Right.
And training?
He's the only,
He
him-
loves it. You can see that.
him and Pat McAfee
He's a great heel.
Yeah.
are the biggest celebrity crossovers that actually, well, Bad Bunny did a great job, but Bad Bunny wrestled, 2 matches?
But we're talking about
We're
consistent.
talking about consistently putting in work, putting in a transitive
Yeah.
attitude.
He's up
and
there with David
dedicating- We'd be better than David Arquette.
He's up there.
Like fucking, and also Logan Paul he's a perfect heel because he's still young, he's cocky, he comes from another world, and he was a young cocky fucking guy on YouTube and TikTok where he was a heel anyway.
It
There's
ain't
nothing
cocky if you can back it
But
up.
that's the thing. There's nothing about him that changed.
No.
From one step to the other, he's always been the same guy.
As you're
And
saying
he's
all of
honest
this,
about it.
I would argue that the best to ever do it was The Miz.
Miz, hold on. The Miz started out in reality television with the goal of going to the WWE and telling people he was going to be a WWE superstar, and also was already working on the indies at the time. We're talking about somebody who had never stepped in the wrestling world at all, who walked in. Now, it's the
But
same thing.
I understand where
But
you're
absolutely,
coming
yes,
from.
it
100%.
Yeah.
As far as, also,
A lot of people forget about that.
Oh,
a lot
no.
of people also
And
forget
honestly,
that The
The
Miz,
newer generation.
Yeah.
The Miz was Logan
And
Paul's
he's one of the
first
best
match.
on the mic.
yes, he was.
At WrestleMania, it was The Miz and Logan Paul.
Yep.
That was Logan Paul's first match. They
And
were
that's
a tag
because
team.
The Miz is the fucking best at his job and has been the most consistent guy at his
Yes,
job.
100%.
And if you don't think The Miz is a first-round fucking Hall of Fame pick, you are watching
You're
a completely
crazy.
different
Yes.
fucking show.
The Miz
I don't-
is still entertaining.
I don't understand people
He's
who don't
great
like
on
The Miz.
a mic.
Yeah.
Personally, like, I get people not liking him as a heel, obviously, in wrestling context. But
If you-
people on the internet who are like, The Miz isn't even that good. You're smoking the opium. The Miz is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, The Miz is
The way that
100%
he can-
amazing.
I
Even
think a lot of people
improv
of this
things
new
with
generation
Snoop Dogg
forget
was amazing.
where
Like,
he's
Yeah.
it just shows his talent.
Yeah.
He also lost Tough Enough.
Yeah.
He lost to Daniel Puder.
Yeah.
He was never supposed to get a WWE contract. He got one out of spite.
Yep.
And look at him now.
Now he's got 2 TV shows, a hot-ass wife, and more money than God.
3 beautiful children. A beautiful home.
And a Hall of Fame WWE career.
Could do nothing for the next 10 years and still be more relevant than most professional wrestlers in the business.
Yep.
He's amazing. He is awesome.
All of that
He's
to say,
so
Logan.
humble.
Yeah, and very humble. He's a very humble man.
Yeah.
And the fact that he set out to do this as his goal and he accomplished it is fantastic.
All right.
He's someone that is influential, really.
Yeah.
People that to look up to.
All
The
of that.
new age scene.
All of that love for The Miz to say that Logan Paul might wrestle AJ Styles, and we don't even know if The Miz is going to be on the WrestleMania card.
The Miz will be the host of WrestleMania.
Probably.
Hit us with the next one, John. Of course, the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, here's the deal. Where the fuck is all the hate for Jey Uso coming from? The dude's phenomenal. Like, I understand you're pissy because John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble.
They gotta hate someone.
But you motherfuckers buy his t-shirts, you yeet like crazy, and then when it comes to him getting a shot at a title, y'all are pissy about it? I don't get it, dude.
There's something for him to complain about. However,
I hear it's going to be a squash.
However-
That's what I heard.
He has been getting a little sloppy.
we did see him pull a top dollar on Monday.
Did you see on SmackDown, Jimmy Uso?
Cleared them motherfucking
Cleared the
ropes
top
like it
rope.
wasn't nothing but nothing.
And when he hit the ground after tackling the guys, he looked right in the camera and went,
Yeah.
like that is hilarious.
Now, mind you, I'm not gonna shit on him for a botch. It happens.
It
But
happens.
I want to remind everybody, a very true story. In 2006, Shelton Benjamin
How
was
dare
primed
you go back
for
to
a
this
world.
section.
I will never let it go.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin was primed for a world heavyweight title
He was.
match
This
and
is
a world
legit.
heavyweight title run. In the Intercontinental title match against Carlito, he went for his springboard, which he had never missed in 100 fucking times, tripped over the rope, landed over the side of the barricade, and Vince immediately killed his push and took away the world title run.
Immediately.
Over one fuck-up. So, that being said, as your number one contender walking into WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title, yes, fans are going to point out the fact that he fucked it up.
Well,
And it didn't help his case that the brother, who is just as talented, just as good, just as affable, who isn't in the main event at WrestleMania, didn't fuck up.
Right.
That's the big part. That's the big one to take away. The other guy did it great.
What people are failing to actually point out, though, is that he beat Austin Theory in like 7 seconds before all this happened.
That's because Cena took too long.
But you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like, you forget the fact that he just made the former tag team champion of the world, United States guy, dude who beat John Cena at WrestleMania, just saying.
That's true.
In 7 fucking seconds.
Also, speaking of the dive that Jimmy did on SmackDown, Jay did the flip. Jimmy didn't. Jimmy just hopped over the
Jimmy does the taker dive. Yeah.
But again, that's a much safer way of doing it because you know what would have happened if he'd have fucked that dive up too. They'd have fired both of the Usos. Roman Reigns would have driven to both of their houses and just smacked the shit out.
Fat.
What's wrong with you two, man? We worked too hard for this. I gotta wrestle Phil.
Why are you fucking this up
Why
for
are
me
you
now?
fucking this up, bro?
Actually, what would have happened is Solo Sikoa would have made the dive perfect the next week.
Right, or Jacob Fatu.
In a full 3-piece suit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we didn't even talk Jacob Fatu, fucking SmackDown. Nah, if anyone's got something to say to Solo, it'll be me.
Yeah.
Take
Well, he cost Jacob Fatu the right to challenge LA Knight next week for the United States title for getting involved in Braun Strowman in his number one contenders match.
That'll be another.
They attacked Braun Strowman, Solo, and Tonga, causing the disqualification where Jacob Fatu lost.
That'll be another big.
Rikishi's calling for it. Is calling for Solo and Jacob at Mania. I think it'd be a great idea.
Fucking what do they call it?
Give Solo a chance to go face, or give
Tribal combat
Jacob
match.
a chance to go face.
Yeah, I'm in with.
We need more matches. It's 2 fucking nights, people.
Yeah.
We need more than 6 matches. It's important that we have more than 6 matches.
If it's 2 nights, at least have as many matches as AEW.
For real.
God no.
Hit us with the next one, please.
Between
No,
the
I
two
mean
shows.
combined.
Oh,
Between
combined,
the
yeah.
two
Combined,
shows.
yes.
Fine.
All right.
That's why it's in 2 nights.
So, we have Josh Barnett's GCW Bloodsport.
8. I'm sorry, 13.
If you've never seen this before, it's a super cool event
They got
Where
his
they-
name wrong. That's Butch.
where they
They're
combine
right.
the concepts of mixed martial arts for pro wrestling for a super unique MMA-style shoot, quote-unquote, wrestling show.
Yes.
Super cool. Now, remember, we're just now getting to the years where the WWE is allowing their talent to wrestle other shows, particularly even fucking independent shows. Last Bloodsport, Shayna Baszler got to go to.
Yes.
Well, this year, or this time rather, they are getting 2 WWE
Yeah, hit us
superstars.
with the next one,
Hold
John.
on. Pete Dunne, number 1.
Yep.
And Karrion Kross, number 2. For those of you who don't know, Karrion Kross was on the first GCW Bloodsport before he signed back with the WWE.
This will be his first time back in GCW since becoming Karrion Kross.
This is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Both guys have legitimate backgrounds.
Who's he fighting? Is he fighting Barnett?
They haven't announced yet, but I would
okay.
assume. But here's the other part. AEW lets some guys work their fucking Bloodsport shows
Will this be streamed?
specifically. Yes, so that'll get streamed as part of the collective on. Well, no, GCW doesn't have IWTV.
Triller.com.
Yeah. But with Tony Khan saying that AEW talent will be limited working Vegas that weekend, he didn't say they wouldn't be allowed. He just said limited. There could very well be AEW talent on Bloodsport as well. We could get Karrion Kross versus some, it wouldn't be someone like Moxley, obviously. They wouldn't allow that. But could very, very well be Pete Dunne versus a Daniel Garcia, maybe.
Could be a
Or
handshake,
Yeah.
a peace offering
Which would be
kind of thing, which would be sick.
Pretty
I
dope.
mean, we got
pretty cool.
Natalia wrestling at
The NWA.
you know who got the title match for the NWA Crockett Cup, don't you?
Who's that, Luke?
Our boy Rhino showed back
Yeah,
up.
he did.
He's challenging the NWA Heavyweight Champion at the Crockett Cup pay-per-view.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Gonna be sick, dude. Looking great.
I loved,
It'll be him and Tim,
I love Pumpkin's,
Latimer?
yeah, Latimer.
Latimer.
Tom Latimer.
Tom, that's it, not Tim.
But, I loved, Pumpkinhead's fucking tweet when he was setting up for the arena. He was like, you never know who's going to show up. Tune in. It was fucking Rhino.
Yeah, it's fucking Rhino, dude. Into it.
Also,
Looking great.
former, if you don't remember, Rhino's already a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, twice, actually. Hit us with the next one.
Suck it, Trebek.
So, it also was announced that GCW WrestleMania weekend will feature the opening round matches of the WWE ID Championship Tournament.
Cool.
Well, Wednesday, which will then bleed into that next day being the TNA pay-per-view.
Yep.
And then the Hall of Fame and SmackDown, and then we're into the weekend.
Live on Triller TV.
Hit us with the first one. First round match has been announced.
Kylie Ray versus Zeta Steel.
This will be great. Again, tickets are available at idvegas.eventbrite.com. At the Palm, Triller TV is going, like we said, is going to be hosting this. GCW, here's the deal. It's going to be very interesting to see what the other championship matches are going to be opening round.
Yeah.
But this is great. It's going to be done on GCW rather than on WWE Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that they do it that
Gonna
way.
be cool.
I'm digging it. Let's hope that Kylie shows up. Hit us with the next one, please.
Man. For those of you who only watch the bigger shows and, aren't as familiar with everybody in wrestling, this guy right here is Homicide. Homicide is one of the reasons independent wrestling is what it is today.
Ring of Honor legend.
Because when independent wrestling wasn't big, when independent wrestling was just a couple of notable small companies putting in shows all over the place, this guy was on every single fucking one.
Yep.
He's responsible for talents like Samoa Joe, Eddie Kingston, AJ Styles, CM Punk, Christopher Daniels, need I go on?
No.
He's been in the ring with some of the absolute greats all over the world, including promotions like TNA, AAA, CMLL, Ring of Honor, New Japan.
Remember the original LAX?
There would be no Elite if it weren't for Homicide. There would be no Ring of Honor if it weren't for Homicide. There'd be no AEW if it weren't for Homicide. The list goes on of this guy's, of the places and the people that he's had dealings with, had outreach with, and have been capable of providing for in the wrestling business.
This is footage from his retirement match just the other night in New York City. That's him and Mike Santana sharing an embrace. This is literally the final seconds of the final moments of Homicide's wrestling career. Homicide wrestled under several different things, actually.
Yeah.
At one time, he was the original B-Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had to come up with another name because some wrestling promotions weren't comfortable with the name Homicide.
Yeah.
Which is actually a little bit of... Nate Webb told me that,
yep.
as a matter of fact. Nate Spider Webb. You beat him once in a dance-off, didn't you?
No. It was him, Josh Abercrombie, and me. That was way before I even started. That was the... Yeah, me, him, and Josh Abercrombie. And Mickey Knuckles was the officiant.
See, I brought something up he didn't even think I would have brought up.
I've forgotten all about that.
I didn't.
Josh Abercrombie pulled me aside and goes, "Hey man, learn to do somebody else's shit."
Homicide,
I was like, "So do your own shit."
Homicide as B-Boy was at that show.
Yes, he was. He wrestled.
B-Boy wrestled Tomaselli.
Vito Tomaselli.
Yep.
Anyway, so we say all that to be, because Homicide is retired from the professional wrestling business.
Yep.
Due to a very unfortunate.
He has a cyst on his brain that is causing problems with motor function and sight.
Vision, yeah.
I hate it. It's just, I don't know, man.
If ever there was a guy the wrestling business should give back to,
it's Homicide.
It's Homicide.
100%.
If AEW, if Tony Khan...
He was this generation's New Jack.
If Tony Khan were to ever offer a Legends contract or an agency contract or something to anybody, Homicide should be the first guy on that list.
He'll be too surprised if TNA doesn't.
Where he could go and sit down with talent, not have to get physically involved, and just take them through the paces.
Yeah. Could be a personality, could podcast. I mean, there could be several different things.
Knowledge to be passed on.
Yeah, man. And you're talking like, especially from his era, because again, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk,
AJ
fucking
Styles,
Seth Rollins, AJ
yeah.
Styles, young Kenny, like everybody who's passed
Bryan
through the Golden
Danielson,
Gates
young Bryan Danielson,
has come under his tutelage at least once.
He had a great string of matches in the early Ring of Honor with Amazing Red.
Mm-hmm.
There were some really good ones.
He's also the reason that Chase and Ranscott ran out of town. Him and Low Key pulled that double pile driver on him and almost broke his fucking neck, and that's what
Crazy
got
motherfucker.
a fucking pedophile out of our wrestling business. Because also, who was dumb enough to book Chase and Rance in a match with Low Key and Homicide and not expect that motherfucker to get hurt?
Ray Charles could have seen that was coming.
I'm not even a big Low Key guy, but thanks, Senshi. Fucking gentlemen, I'm here to fight.
A Homicide, congratulations on everything. Going from a retiree to someone I just wish would go away.
Looking like old Ra's al Ghul before he gets in the pool.
Read that for me as Vince.
Those bastards got some nerve calling me a former wrestling promoter. Damn it! I made pro wrestling so you can all kiss my ass. Also, let me shit on your head.
I love how it says former wrestling promoter.
He's not wrong though.
Yeah, I mean media mogul.
Well, he's trying out a new look.
Billionaire, also rapist.
He's trying out a new look.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He looks like Ra's al Ghul.
No,
the green,
no,
the green
no.
hair.
I got a better one for you.
Okay.
Hit us with the next one, Johnny.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon, the demon
The
barber of
circles
Connecticut.
under the eyes, everything looks just like what you would think it was supposed to be.
Oh, no, that's it's a picture of two people. I fucking hate the shit.
So something else happened.
It actually reminds me of the girl from the Pussycat. No, what is that show? It's from like 2000 or something. It had Josie and the Pussycats. I know what you're talking about. The girl that had the skunk stripe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else happened at that showcase?
Yes, I love this story. So this is. Can I get the big cam back? This didn't make this thing here, but it's hilarious to talk about. So Tracy Morgan, the comedian, was also at this basketball game, and the camera panned to him first, and Tracy Morgan stands up, and he does the blah, 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 whatever. And then it pans over to McMahon. McMahon is sitting there looking disheveled, barely acknowledges it.
McMahon's here, somebody getting pregnant.
It pans back to Tracy Morgan, and fucking out of nowhere, Morgan just starts like projectile fucking vomiting everywhere and has to get escorted out with help.
He has a weak stomach with the smell of shit.
Well, he probably got hurt. Well, it's probably from number one, the stroke that he just had. You would sense it, prick.
Well, he got hit by a fucking car at one point too.
No, not a car. He didn't get hit by a car. He got hit by a Walmart shipping truck.
shipping
and
truck.
won a massive lawsuit.
They didn't even think he was going to live for a little while.
He literally gets lifetime free Walmart, whatever the hell he wants.
With everybody, did everybody get
everybody
get pregnant?
All right. Well, there's Vince McMahon, the demon shitter of Connecticut.
All right, this is the next one. All right,
Matt Riddle did an interview with Chris Van Vliet recently and was asked, who are the people you had the hardest time working with in the WWE? And his response, I loved it, was, man, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, it's impossible to get a word in with those guys. He's like, they just do whatever they want to do. They don't listen to you. He's like, they're great guys, but working with them was the biggest fucking headache.
Oh, I bet.
Which brings me to like,
duh.
Not for nothing, but Cornette was saying that shit back in 2009.
Yeah.
When he ran Ring of Honor. And it was like, these two idiots won't listen to a fucking thing anyone says. All they want to do is their own shit. They're driving me batshit crazy. He had to leave Ring of Honor to get away from
Steen, yeah.
Then they get to NXT. And at NXT, they only want to do what the fuck they want to do. To the point where they had to send them both up to fucking Vince, because Vince liked that about them. Till they started telling Vince what they were going to do. And Vince was like, I don't think y'all understand. So now, Zayn, you're going to SmackDown, and Owens and pairing you with Jericho, which caused a bigger headache because if there's one guy that also has to be fucking heard in the room,
they're all Canadians.
It's Chris fucking Jericho.
They're all Canadians.
Golly. But no, I wouldn't. I love. There's like CM Punk, who's mired in controversy, who will fight you to the bitter end, and like really fight you about it. There are guys like Cena and Roman Orton who can just use their poise and their position in the wrestling business to negotiate what it is they're going to do. And I just imagine Kevin and Sammy are just like, no, we're not doing it.
Right.
No, let us do this. No, but come on, let us do this.
No, come on.
No, come on, let us do this. But what if we did this? But until until fucking Arn Anderson finally has enough. It's like, fine,
Well,
fucking do it.
When Generico, when he was Generico,
Yeah.
In Marion, the show they did in Carbondale at the SIU building. Sami Zayn backstage, he had the mask on. Obviously, it was Generico. We're gonna do this, then we're gonna do this, then we're gonna go this, and we're gonna go over this, and he was that way from the time he went through the curtain to the time he come back.
Can't.
And weirdly enough, it was the first time I ever seen somebody do push-ups with flip flops on their hands. Pac.
Yeah.
When he do push-ups, he didn't get anything on his hands.
Oh, Neville.
Yeah, Neville. They wrestled each other that night. M-Dog 20 was there too.
No, you're talking about the AEW show that happened at Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Ricochet.
Oh yeah,
M-Dog,
Marion. Sorry,
it was
not
Ricochet,
Carbondale.
M-Dog 20, and Pac.
And Generico.
No, Generico wasn't there. Generico was with NXT at the time. No, that was before because Pac was still there. Yeah, Generico was on that card. You're right.
It was the night that Kevin Huntsberger wrestled.
He's hat.
Mike Masters.
Mike Masters. Yeah.
Because he hit what's his face in the head with a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle piece.
It
Yeah.
is. We put it together
If
eventually.
I forgot it, he remembers, and if he forgot it, I remember.
Yeah.
He's got a little
Yeah.
piece. That's why you guys you're a puzzle piece.
Yeah, it's
You guys just fit together.
Why they can't get rid of
the hardest part is like
That's why I can't quit you.
yeah.
I hate myself for a little
They
bit.
don't have to know anything. I'm pretty sure they already know.
They know what this was.
Hit us with the next one, Big Red John.
Eric Bischoff retired
Yeah.
from professional wrestling. He's be ending his podcast 83 weeks, and then he's done. He's done with the wrestling business for good. He says. Now he does own his own media company where he still produces commercials and he still has advertisements, and he also still produces his business podcast, which is not wrestling related. So he'll still be working in the public eye and in the public sector.
So he's just gonna focus on that.
But he will be done with professional wrestling content, as it were.
Right.
Which, I mean, hey.
So he says for now.
Right, and everyone has said that. I mean, Cornette retired at 19, and he's got the two biggest wrestling podcasts on the planet. So, what are you going to do?
Correct. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. Unfortunate that this is where we're going from that, because this looks like something Russo would book. Go
We
ahead.
watch
Let him have
Dynamite.
it. Let him have it.
Fucking Mox and Cope are planning this match at Dynasty.
Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you start with all that, I want to say if you haven't seen the video,
I wish we could show it to you here, but we
if
can't.
you haven't seen it, go look at the actual video footage.
Unless
but it
you
is-
have a weak stomach.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. If you got a weak stomach, don't.
It's,
It was pretty vicious looking.
So, Mox brings out, or Cope brings out the thing. He hits Mox with it one
his
time.
version of Barbie.
Drops it, hooks him for the suplex, takes him up, and it sticks in Mox's back. Cope disappears. Wheeler Yuta comes out, tries to help. And if you watch the video, plain as day, Wheeler Yuta can't get the fucking thing out. The ref can't get it out. So Moxley looks back in front of the hard cam and says, "Go do the spot." To Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
Go continue being on this fake wrestling show while I have a fucking board full of nails stuck in my spine.
You still gotta continue this damn show, dude.
You remember when they said we're not blood and guts?
No, that was Vince.
No, I know. And then they made a big deal about blood and guts.
Yeah.
This is too
I get that Mox's thing is that he's hardcore and that he'll fucking do
far.
anything.
There was no need for this.
But
There was a lot of blood between Tony Storm and Mariah May, and it was perfect.
Barbed
This-
wire would have been fine.
do you know what the problem with this is? The execution looks like shit. Because here's what happened, right? All you see is it stuck in his back. You don't see any blood. You don't see the after effect of it getting pulled out where he has to suffer and struggle. All you see is a dude that looks like a pincushion, so there's no payoff. There's no reason for it. When you get busted open, when you get hit with a fucking light tube, the payoff is the trickle, or you get hit with a fucking chair shot or any gimmick whatsoever. The payoff is that look in your eyes as the blood starts to pool from your
100%.
face. If you get hit with barbed wire, the payoff is the looking at the way it rakes across your fucking skin
Like
and
the way
shows.
that Tony Storm just smeared the blood
Right.
across her
There's a
Right.
payoff in the execution, and not all the time does it have to be pretty. I prefer when hardcore shit doesn't look pretty and well executed, because it's not fucking supposed to. All this does is look stupid and painful, yes. No one can argue that it's not painful, but there's no
dumb.
fucking payoff.
Yeah.
Because all you see is him stand up. What's he got to do now? He's going to go back to have a team of actual medical people remove it. You don't get
No,
to
they actually got it out before he got out of the ring.
Oh, whichever way, though.
Yeah.
You don't
it was
get,
gory as fuck.
But it's a team of people removing it. You don't get to see him laying there feeling the pain or the effect because he's up and moving. You don't get to see Coach standing over him with the blood dripping off the fucking thing with that look in his eyes like, I'm going to fucking kill you, Dynasty. You don't get any of the wrestling moments from this. All you get is a dude who took a back suplex on a stupid fucking gimmick that doesn't help tell your story. It doesn't make it look any better. Had you had that moment where you saw Cope hit him with the fucking thing and he's trying to get it out, maybe like he's on his back, and Wheeler grabs it, and Wheeler's like, this is gonna hurt. And he fucking pulls it out of Mox, and you see the blood, and you see Mox like fucking like start shaking and
More
pass out
theater
from
was
the pain.
needed.
Like any other spectacle that added to it would have been badass. It would have looked like an action movie. This just looked like a bad car wreck.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have done this before.
It's about execution, man. I have seen some of the absolute best wrestling matches that you could possibly pay money for get ruined by one faulty thing. I've seen also terrible fucking matches that turn on a dime because of one good fucking thing.
Yep.
Moments in wrestling do matter. They're not the important part. Becky Lynch would not have been the Becky Lynch of today if when Nia Jax punched her in the face, it just broke her nose and there was no blood.
Yep.
If it had just swollen up her face, they were going to release her soon anyway.
Well, that's like, you can see here, I mean, obviously on camera they shine on my forehead.
Yeah.
You can see the many times I've been busted open, hard way, all that.
This fucking
Here's the
little
deal.
divot, this little
Every
fucking
one of
divot, my
these-
fucking skull right here isn't for no fucking reason. This one, right here.
Every one of these had a story that it made fucking sense.
Yeah. And
Why?
again,
Because I was fucking my face up I wanted it to be for a reason. I wanted people to feel
but
it.
again, with like the thumbtack spot, right? Orton goes for the RKO on Mick Foley, and Mick Foley and Orton
Exactly.
dumps him into the thumbtacks. The payoff is when Mick Foley sits up, and you see the thumbtacks, and you see the blood, and you as a fan can communicate that pain with them, and then give them sympathy, and then you hate Orton more, and then when Orton wins, you're mad, and you've got a reason to tune in on Monday because you really hate that cocksucker Randy Orton, and you know someone's going to want to beat his ass now. You give yourself that transitive property because that's what tells your fucking story.
Agreed.
Not the fact that you just sit up and look like a dude with a back full of nails in your fucking back. You just look like a big dumb dick.
Yes, he did.
And then what? So now what happens? When you come out next week, is he going to have to hit you with a fucking car or set you on fire?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Why do this on fucking free TV?
But that's the thing, though. Even if they did it, had they executed it well, it would have meant something.
True.
It could have meant something. But
Just
now,
makes you wonder where they're going to go from there.
now
Yeah.
we already saw him pop right back up.
Yeah.
We already saw him. We got no set. We had to see a team of people come and pull it out of his fucking back, and he just rolled out of the ring and left. There is no payoff. There's no nothing. Nothing about this made the match between him and Cope any more important.
No.
All it means is that Mox gets to come out next week and say, "Oh, you sure stumped me, Cope, but I'm still standing." Yeah,
Unless it gets infected.
for fuck all. Right. A dude, by the way, who gets MRSA as much as that motherfucker gets, and they're just letting him bleed all over this. And I just now realized that because she said that.
Yeah.
He was out of the WWE for like 2 fucking years because he couldn't get rid of staph infection. And now he bleeds all over
Are
fucking
you
everything.
serious?
Yeah.
And he, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's a health
And again,
Almost took his
this is
muscle
why-
and everything.
This
That's
is
a health
why
hazard.
this shit doesn't look good. This is why this shit doesn't make any sense.
That's why no one likes.
When they
fucking-
did the thing with, who was it a couple weeks ago when they put Bryan Danielson, when they choked him out with the fucking bag.
Yep.
Stupid. No payoff. No ability to sell. No nothing. You just leave like, there's a way to do the hardcore shit to get it over and to make it important.
And then there's
They
this.
need to
And
go
then there's
back to
goofy,
looking and
stupid
watching the
shit
indies
like
or
this.
something. They do it better.
Moxley is a trained fighter, is a trained brawler, right? That's the whole gimmick. That's the whole idea of this death, murder, kill club they got going on.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck they are. Is the idea that they can walk in and shoot on anybody and beat them up. Why don't they just fucking do that, but do it legit. Instead of catching him in the back and throwing him into shit, catch him in the fucking ring and break a fucking arm with a submission on a fucking low-tier guy. You don't need fucking belts to prove that you're a shooter. You don't need weapons to prove that you're a shooter. You're a hardcore guy, you need a fucking weapon. Sandman always had a Singapore cane because that's what he fucking had. If Mox wants to be the hardcore guy, have him carry around the fucking Negan-style baseball bat. Put him in a fucking leather jacket with a fucking apocalypse-looking crew, and that's your gimmick. But you can't live in every single facet of the world and get anything over because you're not getting anything over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck me. It's like you get paid so much more money than I get paid to do this, and you have all the creative freedom in the world by a guy who refuses to tell you no. And look, maybe my ideas aren't great all the time, but they're certainly fucking right. Fuck me. These guys, we know these guys. And they consistently just do stupid shit. That shit on the principles of this business and the entertainment value of it, and for fucking nothing. They already get paid millions of dollars guaranteed, so they don't actually have to fucking do anything creative. And their boss is too busy huffing cocaine with cheerleaders to fucking take a look at what's going on to his own company around him. Right. TNA, the company that has been literally on its last leg for 18 fucking years, is selling more tickets than AEW Dynamite is right now. TNA, the company, I remind you, who made a fucking member of the NFL their World Tag Team Champion when he couldn't get in the fucking ring and wrestle. The same company that had to sell to 3 different fucking buyers, and their great fucking surprise was bringing back Magnus at a fucking pay-per-view. And they are currently selling more tickets than the company who is owned by Shad fucking Khan, who I would like to remind you has 5 times the amount of money as the McMahon family does. And all they get for their fucking services are 2 former WWE guys who cannot get out of their own fucking way and stop doing goofy shit. And they wonder why they're only drawing 650,000 fucking people in the ratings when they have a standing deal with both Max and Prime, one of which you don't even have to have a fucking subscription to access. Not to mention YouTube, which you can watch literally fucking anything on.
Can you do that for me again?
And they're only drawing 600,000. I have sex tapes on the internet that get more than 600,000 views a week, and most of them are 10 years fucking old. Get it together. Fuck.
Hit us with the next one, Johnny. Hey.
What now?
Sting has become the first character to be a playable character in all giant selling wrestling company video games.
He sure is.
WCW, TNA, WWE, and AEW games, but there's a little bit more about Sting going on right now behind the scenes.
Is there?
Apparently, they're wanting Sting to induct Lex Luger.
So the idea is that they want it, yes, the obvious choice is to have Sting do it, but there's some internal conflict about it because, number one, the WWE didn't allow their talent to come to Sting's retirement match, which is a completely and totally fair investment, right? The WWE said no. Guys like Luger were invited. Guys like Nash were invited. Taker, Hogan, or Taker, Mick, Brett were there, but Taker even wasn't. They weren't on the they weren't on contract at the time. But there were guys who were signed who were asked to come and couldn't go. And then there's also the concern of how when Triple H called AEW a pissant company at the Hall of Fame induction with Billy Gunn.
Yep.
That being said, it's Sting, and if that's who Sting wants, or it's Luger going into the Hall of Fame, if that's who he wants to induct him, I wouldn't see why Tony Khan wouldn't make a deal, but they should do it like they did with TNA whenever they traded Ric Flair for Christian. If they want Sting, then the WWE should grease AEW's wheels and give them something.
I agree.
But what do you give them? I know what you give them. You give AJ Styles for a match against Kenny Omega. That's what you do, but you probably won't do that.
No, but that would be great.
Or maybe licensing rights on some of their talent's old matches, like Danielson's and Moxley's. Something.
How about a grease of the wheel in any situation? Fucking money. Give them money.
They got plenty of money. Lord knows someone needs it.
Well, yeah, the guy who pulled the thing out of Moxley's back. Hit us with the next one, please.
Kazuchika
Don't
I'm just
have
in a
an
bad mood now.
aneurysm.
Kazuchika Okada's hit 1 year as Continental Champion of the AEW. 365 plus days so far. I wonder if they will parody this with his IWGP title run and he'll be champion for like 700
Well, I mean,
days.
the belt means absolutely dick.
Until he combines it with the International Championship to get an Intercontinental title, if you will. I just hope they don't call it like a fucking... I just hope they don't call it something stupid. And I know they're going to. I just know it. It's going to become the fucking...
The AEW,
the
this
AEW
is our 8th title.
Yeah, or
title.
the AEW Global Championship or some horse shit.
I remember how well...
Call it the Intercontinental title, you cowards!
They're going to change it to the Legends Championship. You know how well that did for TNA.
They did great. So good. Booker T and Kevin Nash had
Their
it.
television title for all of 2 weeks, so it was called the Legends belt.
Yeah, stupid.
Anyway, congratulations, Kuchi Okada. At least they're keeping you relevant.
Did you just call him Coochie Okada?
Kuchiku.
Coochie
Knock
the fuck off. All right, Big Bad John, that is the next. I hurt my throat. Oh,
what I
good!
really love about this is that NXT still Moxley sacrificed all that shit and still couldn't pop a rating bigger than NXT. How does that make you feel? That's Russo
He's gonna
numbers right
shake
there,
his
bro.
leg off.
That's Russo numbers right there. I believe
And
that.
you know what's funny? All you fucking AEW incel fucking dweebs who want to call NXT developmental out of spite and call the WWE the WWF, you fucking douchebags, who I hate, talking to you, you're still fucking losing.
Yeah.
Like,
Every
you're losing, pal. You're losing bad. You're losing bad, New York.
they're like the opening of Snow White this past weekend.
I just,
Oh,
you have
burn.
all the talent in the world. You've got all the money in the world. You've got 2 TV shows, 2 different companies, 15 fucking titles, and all you could do was stab John Moxley.
You know
Yeah.
what you should do?
Couple
No,
That was your solution.
he super poked him.
You need to
There's a super
write
duper
up your
poke.
resume and send it in.
No, you know why? Because the WWE is currently looking for a writer, and I'll go to them, and I'll pitch them stupid fucking ideas
But
like
you-
stabbing John Moxley.
But
They
you
already
have
steal
connections
from our
to
podcast.
AEW
That's true.
through
I mean, they do
Landon.
watch through the
They
That's
trees.
true.
basically are the writers.
Yeah. He's got all the potential in the world to fix things. And like I said last week, how I would lay it out, how you could format your shows, and how you could take your talent and do like not even a hard reset, just like reposition. TNA did this one time and it was fucking brilliant, okay? Back in 2006, they hit like a super big lull on their ratings when they first came to Spike TV. They've been on
When
for
they
like-
started calling themselves Impact.
when they were already TNA Impact.
Oh, okay. No, I mean when they just started dropping the TNA.
This was still TNA Impact.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, 06, they signed their deal. Like 07, they had a great year. They were drawing like 3 million viewers in ratings, which was a huge number at the time, but it was against the WWE at the time's like still 10 million.
Yeah.
So it was considered great TV, but bad against the WWE as a metric. So randomly, they've got all these storylines going on, and it's like they have this pay-per-view, and instead of continuing any of those stories, they just consider that pay-per-view the blow-off for fucking everything.
Yep, I remember that.
And they come out like the next show and just everything was different. Everybody else was in a new feud and no one gave a shit because it all made sense. They were like, this guy beat this guy, so this guy's the number 1 contender. So this guy's going to come out and declare to be the number 1 contender, and this guy's going to be mad about it. And then because this guy lost, this guy's going to come out, and because that guy lost, he's going to come out and he wants to be champion too. And these are the 2 tag teams we got, so we're going to keep running them.
Yep.
And like they took all the broken pieces and they shuffled them and they created a whole new puzzle. And wouldn't you know it, they drew 4.5 million viewers for the next 6 months. They took in another 1.5 million views because they upped what they were doing. Do that. When you hit fucking Revolution or whatever the fuck it is, Dynasty, do that.
Reset button.
Take all the broken pieces, split your 2 fucking shows, put a new guy in the first place, put a new guy in second place, and restart the fucking race. Do not lean into any of the bad habits you had up to this fucking point. You've already been on longer than Nitro, and you're making decisions just as badly as they do. And here's the thing. You're in no danger of losing your TV deal. You're stuck until 2028. Give them a reason to keep you
We're
around.
stuck until 2028.
Give them a reason to keep you around after that. Give people a reason to keep watching your show. Get a reason to get new fans watching. If your ratings are good and consistent, which let's be clear, they're consistently about 650,000, which means they've got a consistent audience. And that's a much better place to be than losing viewers every fucking week. The only place AEW can go is up. But they can't go up if they're climbing the exact same way.
Yeah.
Change it, man. Just change it, do it right, do it slow, and let your product be something
do it
different
real slow.
for the betterment of professional wrestling. And stop telling Jon Moxley yes to things.
Agreed.
Give him one. Give him one or two. Tell him no on everything else.
No, the nail thing is enough. He's used all of it. He's on double secret chair shot probation. He's not allowed.
Secret chair shot probation.
He's not allowed to touch any kind of foreign object ever again for the rest of the year.
I just can't.
He's not allowed to bleed either. That'd fucking kill him. Hit him with the next one, please. All right, David Finlay wins the New Japan Cup.
Yes.
First time win of this kind of a cup.
Yep.
First time for technically a Gaijin
Is that
to win
Parker
this tournament in a
Boudreaux
while.
behind him?
Yes, I believe
That's
so.
what I thought.
I believe he's his
Muscle.
in his group. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the knee is what gives it away. I think that tattoo on the knee. Congratulations to Dave Finlay winning the New Japan Cup, man. Congratulations.
I really wish he and Charlie Dempsey would get a really, really good long
feud.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that's like the nostalgia fan of me for Finlay and Regal, but it's Finlay and Regal too. So give it to me. I want it.
Hell, fuck, team up with their dads.
You're never giving me the North and FTR, so give me something else.
Have a tornado tag with father and son.
I'm fucking in.
I'm in.
Regal and Finlay be into it.
Oh yeah.
Man, if you ever go back and watch any of their matches, it's so fucking good.
They really were.
And they're not even technical classics.
No, they're fucking hard-nosed
It's just two European
brawls.
dudes beating the piss out of each other. It's fucking
a lot.
awesome.
A lot.
Love
Beating the piss out of each other a lot.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about Finley's red fucking mustache and his fucking Kentucky waterfall fucking mullet that he had? His mullet was more fantastic than my mom's, and my mom had a fantastic mullet.
Yes, she did.
Hit us with the next one, please. All right, so this
injured list.
We have a little bit of timetable returns for some people. There's a lot off. We'll start with Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow suffered a knee injury, underwent surgery in 2024. Her most recent match was Backlash in France in 2024, losing the tag titles. Reports created plans upon her return, continuing to the tag division, but sadly will probably miss Mania. Tonga Loa suffered torn bicep at Survivor Series War Games. Should be back on TV anytime now. I'm going to guess he's going to be the buffer of Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, similar to Loa, injured his talus bone and underwent surgery. There's no timetable for him. Ilya Dragunov tore his ACL at a live event and was expected to miss 6 to 9 months. According to Sean Ross Sapp, he's been spotted training again at the Performance Center. As of now, no creative plans are in place for him. Kiri Sane posted that her being gone was an undisclosed injury related to her arm. No confirmation on the return for her. Kiana James suffered knee injury last year. She has now been moved to the miscellaneous section of the internal roster, which means not looking like she's going to return anytime soon. And, of course, Tyler Bate confirmed he had torn his left pectoral muscle and tendon off the bone. Underwent surgery and rehab. Should be returning, but the PW Insider says when he does, he will be a member of the Raw roster. Woo! That is the rundown as of the injuries into Mania. There's usually about 30 more injuries between now and WrestleMania.
Yeah, right.
It always happens.
I hate it when talent has to miss Mania, but also...
Don't get hurt.
Well, no, it's just like, not all these guys were going to work the card anyway. I'm sure they would have factored Bronson Reed into like one of the multi-man matches.
Asuka.
Maybe had something with Asuka and Kyrie. Tongaloa,
He'll factor in between. He'll
Solo
take a side.
Solo and Jacob probably.
They'll all turn on Jacob, or they'll all turn on Solo, one way or the other.
That's another thing, man. The WWE just has so many wrestlers. They're going to need a fifth show.
This is light compared to the injuries that are usually about this time of year.
A fifth show.
I know.
Fifth show.
Hit us with the next
Lucha.
one. Bray Wyatt posts or Bray Wyatt.
Bro.
Uncle Howdy posts on X, in times you shall see, you shall behold, stand in awe. We see you, remember who you are, remember what you know. This is obviously Alexa Bliss tease for WrestleMania, which is exactly where they're saying this is going.
Those were also Ecclesiastes 3,
Yes,
1,
thank you.
Galatians 9.
So, I mean, it's coming. Bliss is finally going to do something.
At least they're taking their time and they're not rushing it.
Well, not just that, but I mean, he fucking just coming off injury.
Yeah.
You want to make sure he's good to go. But
I do hope.
only time will tell.
Yeah, I do hope that when they come back, because the way they were using them on TV was really, really well done, and I just hope they keep that similar format and that they don't. Remember, my biggest concern was they were going to start leaning too much into the spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And they haven't done that, and I just
No.
hope they stay the course with that.
I also hope. Well, I like that they come out and they were like, these people are obviously who.
Yeah,
you
they're
think
just
they are.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're just.
Which works,
joined
which is
together
definitely
and
better
forced
than what I
together.
thought we were going to get in
Yeah.
the beginning. Hit us with the next one.
Yeah, they didn't repackage them all as teabag.
So there's rumor of Kamala induction in this year's Hall of Fame.
Deserved, worth it.
100% deserved, as far as I'm concerned. I hope that they do go through with this. You said that they're underselling tickets for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they're having trouble selling, but also, I'd like to point out that WWE tickets are higher than they have been in recent history. That's why they keep reporting record profits.
Johnny, what was the nosebleeds at Backlash?
Oh, Lord.
Four,
Yeah, Backlash in St. Louis. An hour and a half away from
436
us.
or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was still pretty high.
It was ridiculous.
I get the pay-per-views, and I get it. You know, that's their corporate model. But if I'm not going to get to see live wrestling, I wouldn't pay an exorbitant amount to go sit in a chair and listen to people talk.
Make WWE affordable again. Please.
Well, and for a lot of their Raw stuff, I mean, a lot of their local shows, their house
Or do
shows
more
aren't
live
bad.
shows. Or do
but
more live shows, but
their
they cut
pay-per-views.
their live shows in half this year.
Yeah.
And all of the live shows are going
But that's,
overseas.
That's why they're reporting record profits.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously,
You know,
but
it's-
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. They're making
really
more money.
is.
They're shitting on the little guy. US
Surprise,
Shitting
surprise.
on the little guy.
Shitting on the little.
I watched iRobot the other day. It was weird.
Fantastic movie. Hit us with the next one, please. All right,
Oh!
this is for you.
I wish we would have paired this with the Bischoff thing.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Neither
it.
did I till just now. So I found this on Twitter, and I double-checked it, and it's legitimate. The last WCW Nitro episode, what is that, 286?
286.
On March 26, 2001 was when it aired. The Wednesday AEW Dynamite episode 286 airs on March 26, 2025. Same episode numbers, same date, different eras. Here's the other part. The last episode of Monday Night Nitro simulcasted not only on TNT but also on TBS, which means that both of these episodes will air on the same network at the same time on the same date, 25 years apart.
Well, the simulcast would have been on USA.
No, it also aired on TBS as well.
Oh yeah, for the last
It
night.
was airing at the same time on TBS. Simulcasting, but the WWF broadcast part though only came through on the TNT programming.
Yes.
Which wouldn't it be awesome if on that last episode of Dynamite they just had Shane show up and do something silly?
Well, they said that he's been wanting to work with him.
Obviously, I know that no one would believe him come out and say we bought AEW. But, have him show up and be like, oh, yeah. And then have, Tony Khan come and be like, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
Just
What are you doing?
Something funny, something just
Who let this man in the
as a
building?
rib to that, I think
I
would
think
be
that'd be
neat.
great. Yeah. That'd be fun.
See, wrestling can be fun and funny. It doesn't have to be fucking stupid.
Let's look the next one.
Goobers.
All right.
Why?
So I have figured out.
Why is more shit that pisses me off on this fucking
I
show?
have figured out who the new American-made luchador is on Raw. People keep saying Chad Gable, but I say nay. I say nah. I say Look, proof's in the pudding. It's all been a work since the beginning. They can all come out of hiding. Everything's fine.
It's Chad's cousin Kevin.
Wow.
It's Daniel Benoit. I mean,
Skip
not
it.
Daniel.
Skip
What's his
it.
name?
Skip.
Which one's still
Skip it.
alive? The kid that
Skip
lived?
it. Go to the next one. Skip it.
Skip it, Johnny. Go ahead. It's okay.
Get me out of this segment.
All right.
Fuck.
Speaking of things that
He's American.
are... Dave Stephen Cohen,
Oh, yeah.
age 58, the head writer of Courage the Cowardly Dog, has passed away.
58. Somehow.
Courage was a fantastic show.
The things I do for love.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one that we've lost.
No, man.
Hit us with the next one. That would... Oh, shit. Hit us with the next one, John,
That's
before the censors get
Fucking hilarious.
to us. Kurt Mondo Burger passed away.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And...
This sucks.
this isn't even the worst one.
Oh,
George Foreman passes away.
Golly.
Big George Foreman, one of the greatest boxers of all time.
well, that was what? Friday night? Yeah,
Yes,
Friday night.
Yes.
Man.
George Foreman, obviously, giant in the world of sports and grilling. Was the George Foreman
Yeah.
grill is one of the greatest inventions of all
He-
time.
Those
The
are
Hulk
pretty
Hogan
You
grill,
know, Hulk
you know.
Hogan was supposed to have it, but he wasn't home today.
He
Yeah,
wanted
those
the
are mine
shakers
that had,
instead.
George Foreman braces. Really nice grill.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
That is something he should have marketed. God damn it, that's great.
Fun fact:
Makes a really
every
nice
one of
grill.
George Foreman's kids, man or woman, are all named George Foreman.
Yeah, what a weird guy.
Well, he said so when he passed away, his name would live on
Yeah,
forever.
I had a George Foreman grill. I fucking loved that thing.
My most upsetting pass away this week. Get us with the next one, John. Rimshot.
Oh yeah.
Beloved
Yeah.
pet of Ernest P. Worrell
Ernest P. Worrell.
passed away. Lived to be, God, a lot.
I don't know.
He was a lot.
Pretty old.
And right after Ernest was mean to all those kids on Monday Night Raw.
That's what killed him.
I love that
He went
you.
into shock.
I love that you reference Ernest Goes to Jail. You get both Ernests.
Yeah,
they're
man.
at home.
Rest in peace, Rimshot.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rimshot! Help me, Rimshot!
Hello, Vern.
Hit us with the next one. All right. This
This is
is
good news.
a picture of Abdullah the Butcher
Abby.
standing up on his own for the first time in almost a decade.
DDP has has taken in yet another struggling soul and helping revitalize and restore them. While yes, Diamond Dallas Page will always be synonymous with wrestling, if he doesn't go down in history as a hero for that,
Yes.
that's what he should fucking be remembered for. Fuck the People's
Look
Champion.
what he did
and
for
the-
Scott. Look what he did for
Jake.
fucking Jake.
Look what he did for guys who are still active. He's still active.
Kevin Nash.
With AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, all those guys work with him doing his yoga, repairing their backs, and
Smart.
and also remind you, fucking Paige it is 70s,
Yeah, hell, he didn't even start wrestling until he's like 32.
and he's 35.
Was it 35?
Yeah, he's in his 70s now, and he's still
In great shape.
great
Fantastic
shape, up
shape.
and moving. I mean, that's all him, man. It's awesome.
Congratulations, Abby. That is a big,
I
big
think 70s.
milestone.
I don't want to be wrong.
Go ahead and hit us with the next one.
68, so he'll be 70.
All right, if you go wide for me for a minute here, Johnny. Sammy Callahan posted, beyond devastated and emotionally spent. Last night, one of our students collapsed in the ring at an indie show and passed away unexpectedly. Graham was one of the most genuine and kind-hearted people around. Tell your family and friends how much you love them. Rest in peace. This gentleman, very young, early 30s, super early 30s, stepped in the ring. We still don't know exactly why. When that information comes along, we will report what we find. But rest in peace. That's a terrible way to. That's a terrible thing, especially for a wrestling show when you know that there's a lot of kids.
Yeah, man.
But rest in peace. Go ahead and hit us with the next one, Johnny. Let's liven this up a little bit. It's time to go back into the Hulkverse. You want to.
Does that say the hard R Café?
This is hard rock. I don't know what you're seeing, racist.
The lights are just out.
Gosh, man. The fuck, dude?
The lights are just out.
Hulk
It clearly says the Hard Rock Cafe.
Hulk Hogan, Paula Dean, and Papa John. Shitty beer, shitty
Yeah,
food,
the mama
shitty
and
pizza.
the mama and the
Papa John's.
papas. It makes sense.
Good lord.
All right, hit us with it, Johnny.
shitty beer, shitty food, shitty pizza, Papa John's. Little Hogan snack.
Little
cakes.
Hogan snack cakes, brother. I love that snack is spelled wrong.
Yeah, I just realized that.
But doesn't it just
We call those little Debras.
little Deborah's. Puppies. Hit us with the next one.
Hulk Hogan is Gollum.
Is that not like one of the most creepiest fucking pictures?
It's just gonna be him in 10 years.
It is Hulk Hogan right now
Yeah.
without his bandana on.
I want the
Yeah.
precious, brother.
Give me the precious, brother. That'll work for Hulkamania, dude.
My feet don't read the ground.
Hit us with the next one.
Ha
Mr. Taters, brother. I didn't know if you knew this, but this is actually legitimate. He was actually up for this role.
Oh, I bet he was.
Hogan said so himself. Hit us with the next one, please.
What you gonna do with that lawnmower blade? Reckon I'm gonna kill
Macho
you,
Man
dude.
got into it this week. That's Macho Man Randy Cabbage. Look at the elbow pads. That's sick, dude.
Fantastic.
Sick. All right. Hogan's branching out into Marvel this week with
Bulk Hogan?
Bulk Hogan, yes, or the Incredible Blob.
Yeah. The Incredible Blob.
Also, his shorts are split. I didn't know if you noticed
First
that.
of all, I request that you stop sharing my own personal photos on the internet.
That's your swim cap.
That's
Hit us
right.
with the next one.
Hulk Hogan is
Farquaad, brother.
Bring me the ogre, brother.
Off the head, brother.
Rescue the princess, dude.
Hit us with the next one.
When you accidentally type Nacho Man Randy Savage, that's fantastic.
You know, if you get one nacho it's stuck together, that's still one nacho.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know.
The Nacho Man. Dig it. Put some jalapeno on my queso.
Put some hot sauce on my
My
burrito,
burrito,
baby.
baby.
Hit us with the next one.
Yeah.
All right, this is our goodbye slide.
Woman arrested for
Arrested.
shitting on boss's desk after winning the lottery. Well, you know what? You know what fueled her, right? Chop his
Tacos.
beard off.
It'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk.
And fired, apparently.
Apparently. Wow. Well,
Allegedly.
to be fair,
To be fair,
everybody who's ever won the lottery wants to leave their job like that.
we have a
shit
sickness.
on your boss's desk. Yeah,
Wouldn't you?
I mean, let me get my winnings and money in my
You
pocket
better
so I
not
can
tell
bail
me
myself
that.
out.
Only
at least.
if I eat like 2 burritos beforehand.
See, I wouldn't shit.
So
Oh, it's got to be a messy shit.
I-
Yeah.
I want it to be really
I want
nasty.
to preface this with I work at a bar, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the people at home
Just
know.
scoop that up.
If I won the lottery, I wouldn't fucking. Number one, you wouldn't know, but there'd be signs. But I'd walk into the bar that I work at with a bag full of money, just a duffel bag full of $100 bills. I'd set it on the bar. I'd look at my boss and politely yet firmly tell him to get the fuck out of my bar,
Right?
and then I'd get him drunk because he's a great guy. Well, is
All
that
right,
it?
folks. That's it.
All right, kids. Well, tune in next week. We are going live.
Yes, live next week,
Next
as
week.
if
Next Sunday.
Sunday.
Next Sunday, we go live. We will be taking our selections for AEW Dynasty, and we'll be gearing up for the final lap on the road to WrestleMania.